intuitive viewers, welcome to a special edition. Special edition. All right, so how is everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing well. If you don't know, I kind of name check at the end so we can get started, and that's what we do. So yeah, I guess I've been thoroughly enjoying the hearings, and I hope you guys have too. So hello from Texas. Hello. All right, so let's get started, everybody. Hello. Okay, well, Adam Kinsinger and the rest of the committee remain safe. Okay. Okay, so I guess I won't spend too much time on that. I heard yes, but I also am just feeling like there is that they have the resources, they have the ability to protect them, and there really isn't. I feel like they're not even really afraid. They're kind of just like, this is what we have to do. But the threats, I feel like, and for entertainment purposes only, as this whole hour will be, but it kind of feels like they are like real, credible threats. They're not just empty. So I don't want to make it sound like it's nothing, but I do feel like they're aware. They have the ability to protect them. They'll be protected. So, okay, hope that makes sense. I've got the fan on, so I'm blowing away. Will any connections to Putin be revealed by the J6 committee, or is that completely unrelated? So I don't feel like anything about Putin is going to come out. It doesn't. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling like anything in particular is going to come out that's connected with these particular hearings. I don't feel like it, not with these ones. This feels very pinpointed, it's like the only level they want to go to is Trump. That's what it feels like. So it just feels like they're very laser focused on that. So that's their focus. That's where they are. That's what I feel. Okay, looking at the energy of the Supreme Court, are they even thinking, or are they even talking to each other? Oh, So that's interesting, because they do feel very fractured. So that's an interesting way to put that question. So you must have been feeling that anyway. They do feel very I feel like there's a real Roberts and Thomas right now. There's a real problem there. It may have to do with like recusal or something like that, but I feel like Roberts and Thomas, there's a real problem there right now. They just seem like they're very and it seems like that's the line. It's like some people are with him, some people are with him. And I don't think it's that obvious, but I think it's that's how the communication is going. It's kind of split. But then there's also Roe v. Wade as well. So I feel like it's a fractured court. I would say it's fractured right now. Contentious. Distanced. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Tony. So yeah. Are authorities looking for anything specific in raiding Jeffrey Clark? Right. Files, messages. I'm hearing files and messages, but I'm like seeing computers. So I don't know if there's like files on the computers, I guess, and messages, I guess, email, or those, kinds of messages. Maybe things that he was trying to get rid of or thought he got rid of, things that were deleted. Signed, something that's signed. I think he has something that might have been signed by Trump. What is that? Okay, so that's what I have. Something signed by Trump, or maybe it's more than one thing, but I'm seeing something in particular that was signed by Trump. And then, and him, I feel like he wrote it though, or he made it or something. And then I feel like there's, like I said, files, messages, and I'm seeing computers. He's feeling the heat. I mean, he's really feeling bad. It feels like he's very, very, very nervous about this. They all feel very shook by this. And I feel like the senators today that were named, they were not expecting that. I feel like it was kind of felt a little out of the blue. That they were kind of shocked to be named so blatantly, Thank you, Marby. Marby Gangora. It feels like they felt like they might say like a senator or, a female senator or whatever. I feels like they were shocked to be named like up front like that. I thought that was great. That was my favorite part. But I feel like they were shocked that they can't believe it. So anyway, I don't know why that came through, but Jeffrey Clark is very nervous. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to make some kind of deal or something, because I feel like he's very, very nervous. Are authorities looking for anything? Oh. In light of the raid on Clark, should a certain orange ex-president or his expect a raid soon? Thank you, Melinda Sharp. Let's see. Melinda. Okay. Thank you, Melinda. Lawyer. So a lawyer should be. I don't know. I'm not getting his kids yet, but I'm hearing a lawyer. So a lawyer or his lawyer maybe next or coming up soon. Cooperate. Somebody's coming forward to cooperate. Somebody's coming forward. I feel like who wouldn't cooperate before is I think maybe cooperate. Might be Meadows. That's a guess on my part, but I feel like it might be Meadows. If it's not him, it's somebody kind of, or maybe it's, I feel like somebody's about to cooperate. So, but I feel like another raid might be another, like an attorney. And I don't know all the names of all the people. So but they're freaking people out. And they're realizing, I think people are realizing too, that Trump's never getting back in. He's never going to get back in. It's just not going to happen. So he's not pardoning anybody. And this is awful for the Republicans, just awful. So I don't think it's Flynn, Stone, or Bannon that would be cooperating. I'm not getting that, but you never know. But it doesn't feel like them. It feels like somebody more like more like closer to him in the Oval Office, kind of closer, like maybe Meadows or like that Cipollone they keep talking about, maybe someone like that. But I feel like somebody coming forward and being like, what do you want to know? Oh, yeah, Mo Brooks. Ugh, that guy, these people are just the worst. I mean, Anita asked if you still see Trump family flying off to escape the Trump panic. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, from this very early on, I saw Junior and Kushner going to jail at some point. I saw, and the only reason I say that now is because I realize that so many of these things have happened so much later than I saw them that it's like the time is just not a thing it's very, very hard to figure out time, because you can see it now. And so you think this is happening now, but it's months or years away. But I always saw Junior and Kushner going to jail. Eric, I'm not sure about that guy. I just feel like he's kind of will do whatever he has to do. And then I saw Ivanka. I saw her as like Sarah Winchester, kind of like being kind of a recluse and later on in life, and having the money, but being kind of a recluse and being kind of a little nuts. And then Junior, I also saw I don't know if you guys remember this, but I saw his feet dragging on the floor. Do you remember that? But those are the like images that came up for those people. So I, and then Trump, I think he may be indicted, but I don't know if he will make it to like, I think the trial might be very, very long. And I don't know if he'll make it to see prison, but I think that he will be indicted. Yeah, okay, so you do remember that. Yeah, the dragging feet of John, the dragging feet of John Jr. I still don't know what that, if they're going to drag him away or if that means something more, yucky or what that means. But let me see if they're going to be flying off to escape. And then I had that weird dream of Kushner getting arrested in an airport. So it's all very interesting. Okay. And then I don't know if you guys remember this too. When before all this stuff happened with Giuliani, I had this vision of him. I got it as I was waking up one time. I don't think it was a dream. As I was waking up, I think I got it was like an old Behind the Music, and it was Rudy Giuliani, and it was kind of the fall of Rudy Giuliani, and it talked about him like that he used to be this and now he's this, disgrace, blah blah blah. It was a long time ago, but that sure has definitely played out. He's definitely embarrassing and a disgrace, and now he's clearly got a drinking issue that everybody knows about. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off. I feel like if anybody kind of jumps off, it's gonna be, they're gonna try. It's gonna be Kushner and Ivanka. I think everybody's too implicated. They're too much a part of it, though. So they'll kind of be paying one way or another. But I feel like the other ones are just so under Dad's spell. I don't think that. I think Ivanka and Jared use people. I think they're a lot like Trump. When I go into their energy, they feel very dispassionate. They just kind of do what they have to do all the time, and they really don't care. The boys, I feel like they are still sadly seeking their dad's approval, wanting to do what their dad wants them to. And that's just how it feels. When I looked at Melania, just so you know, I'm Lily Rose. When I looked at Melania, it just seemed like she was waiting. She's looking at the clock, basically. That's what it felt like. And so I don't feel like they live together. I feel like they live apart. So she's just waiting out the clock. They're all gross. They're all gross. I mean, they all just are, out for themselves and whatever that life is. Yeah, I agree, Joe Schmo. The boys have no place to hide. Okay. All right. Will Shay Moss and Lady Ruby be able to come out and be in public now that they have been exonerated by the J6 committee? Yes, I know. Didn't you just feel so? And I think that people, we live in a very, in a community that has a large African-American population. And I think that, and I'm sure many African-American people, they know a Lady Ruby. I know a Lady Ruby, these are familiar people to people in communities. And I think that this really made people sick. the way they were treated, and it's, what a disgrace. He looks like such a bully, and yeah, he's just awful. Yeah, it was really, really just so hard to hear and watch. So let's check on Lady Ruby and Shamos. I feel like they're still getting harassments from people, but I feel like the community, their network of people kind of rallying around them. So I feel like they'll be watched and protected. I even feel like maybe they have some kind of like professional protection right now or something, some kind of extra protection right now, like through the trials. So I'm wondering if for the next few months they may have some extra like shield of protection. But I also feel like the community is kind of like rallying around them, their personal community, because those people are not in their personal community. They came from probably out of state. I mean, how these people are that follow Trump. They're just the same old people. So but I feel like their community is kind of rallying around them. So I feel like they'll be okay. But they're still I think they'll still have those few people that are just nuts, that just want to believe what they want to believe. And they'll probably, with those people, they'll probably always have, an issue. But I do feel like they'll be protected and kind of rallied around by their friends and their community. So yeah, it's a shame. It's so awful. Just people trying to live their life, it's so disgusting. Okay, is Rudy G worried? Poor Rudy, you mess everything up. It's all Rudy's fault. Rudy's the worst. Like I said, he may be one of the raids coming up, or I feel like there's something coming with him actually. It could be maybe his disbarment, but I feel like something's coming actually with Rudy. And it feels serious. It feels like kind of serious. Yeah, he might. I feel like he might be either raided, or because it just feels like he's being surrounded is what it feels like to me. So they're definitely closing in on him. And maybe he feels it, or maybe he does. Maybe he's drunk and he doesn't feel it at all. But that's, yeah. So it feels like they're surrounding him. So either that is like literally they're going in to get him, or they are legally closing around him. And it just feels like something's about to happen with that guy. So stay tuned. Something feels like it's coming down for Rudy, and it's not going to be good. That guy, and they just can't shut up. He's got a podcast. Steve Bannon's got a podcast. They all just keep talking. It's incredible. They just think they are above the law. And I guess why wouldn't they? Because so far they, it looks like nothing has happened, but I'm telling you, they're working on it. If they think they're not, and they're going to go around and tell them. So I don't know what they're thinking. Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. All the mental illness is, yeah, it's crazy. with the insurrectionists. Yeah, it is very weird. And even the people that were going to be the fake electors and stuff, they seemed weird too. It's like, who are these people? What's going on? Was the list of 6 Congress people the only GOP in Congress asking for pardons, or are there more that will be revealed? I know, wasn't that? I just was like, you know what? Liz Cheney, right? I really feel like she's just bound and determined that Trump is going to leave the Republican Party and never come back. I think she's just like, they effed around and found out with the Jan 6 committee. They let him they tried to let him in and make it bipartisan and make it, but they wouldn't do it. And now it's just all coming out and they can't say anything about it. Kevin McCarthy, what a dumb move. Okay. Anyway. Okay. There are more. I don't know if they plan to reveal them at some point or if they're working with them or something, but there are not just these 6. There are more. It's coming. And I feel like they're getting more about them, or they're still figuring it out. Calls, something about calls. So the way they're showing this is people on the inside. So because the question is Congress people and they're showing me people on the inside, I guess there's a chance that it's just people on the inside, like, I don't know, security people or whatever. But I feel like there's more. that are going to come out. Yeah. I feel like there's more. Okay. Okay. Is the DOJ planning on seriously pursuing people identified and referred by the J6 committee? Are they coordinating at all? Okay, I just heard a big yes. They are coordinating. There is coordination going on, and they're sharing tips. They're sharing stuff. They are. So, obviously a lot of this, it has to do with people making choices. But what it feels like to me is they have no choice. And I don't think that means they don't really have a choice, but it's almost like they have to do something. And I feel like that's the goal, or that's part of the goal, or part of the point of all of this is kind of like we have to do something. And it doesn't just feel like DOJ. It feels like other areas, like Congress, like things being passed and moved along because it has to happen. Like there isn't a choice. So that's what it feels like. And I just wanted to preface that because of course we always have a choice. We can always, we have our free will. But I think what my guides are saying is that they're trying to make it so they really don't have a choice. They have to do this. Otherwise, it looks like we're inviting this again, because now we're going to know everything, and we're going to know exactly how it happened and exactly the guardrails and things that need to be there for next time. It's going to be painted out. So it must be like recommendations, but I feel like it's like in many areas, it's like, what Congress can do, what the DOJ should do, what the FBI should do, what the CIA should. It's like everybody, Homeland Security. It's kind of like what everybody should do. And I feel like there's a whole thing that's going to be about like what to do about like what is this, like white supremacy and like indoctrination or whatever, like that culty kind of stuff that's going on with like getting people involved in like Proud Boys and those kind of groups and stuff. I feel like, and even like Q and stuff like that, I feel like there are going to be things about that as well that are I don't know if it's like a whole hearing on that, or if it's just information, but it's like recommendation, and it's different entities being recommended to do certain things. And I feel like they do. I feel like they listen, and they there are things that happen. So that's what I'm getting. I didn't expect to get that much. That's what I'm getting. So it looks good, actually. Yeah. Will any of the J6 committee investigations boomerang on Mike Pompeo? He's sort of gone off the radar since Trump lost. Pompeo. I just heard handing it over. So I feel like I don't know if they've talked to him, but I feel like he's handed stuff over. He's given, what is this? He's given Meadows. I feel like there's communication or something he's handed over. He's trying to stay out of the net. He's trying to stay out of being entangled in this. And I feel like it may be a thing where remember I kept saying like Barr's already talked to them, like a long time ago. I was like, Barr's already talking to J6 committee. He's already talking to them. I kind of feel like that with Pompeo, but I feel like he's handed stuff over. So he may have already, or making a deal or something, or going to like to talk to them. I feel like he may come up actually, but it just doesn't feel like it's right now. Why not? I feel like he stayed clear of some of this, a little like Barr. I feel like he stepped back and kind of stayed clear of this stuff, like actually like attaching his name to anything. I feel like he kind of stepped out of it, but I feel like he gave something up. He's giving things up. So I think it's a little like Barr. I think he's kind of behind the scenes working with them or giving them stuff and just trying to keep out of the net, is how my guides are putting it. He's trying to stop from being he's trying to not get ensnared in the net. So he's trying to kind of do everything he can to kind of keep out of it. Yeah, so Melissa Thompson agrees. Thank you. Exactly, the coup Klux Klan. Thank you, Teresa Alander. That's funny. Are there people in the DOJ and Secret Service still helping Trump? I don't think so. I was going to say, I'm a little bit hesitant about Secret Service for some reason, but I don't feel like they're, like, I feel like they were loyal to Trump when he was there, but now he's gone. They're not, they're just doing their job kind of thing. So I think, like, in that way, there might still be Trump people in a way, but I don't feel like they're loyalists in the way that these weird, people are. I don't think it's like that. I just feel like maybe they liked him for some reason. I don't know why anybody would like him. I mean, everything about him just is a turnoff. I mean, his personality is what he looks like, what he sounds like, everything about him. But some people, men, it seems like him, and they are enamored of him for some reason. I don't know why. But that's what it feels like. It's like maybe they were enamored of him while he was in there, but now that they're gone, they're just doing their job. So it feels like that. If there is anybody left, it doesn't feel like loyal like we think of Trump loyalists. It's not that fanatical, weird thing. So that's what I'm getting. I did kind of hesitate for some reason. I was kind of drawn to Secret Service, but I feel like it's not like dangerous or anything. So. Yeah, maybe it is Steph S. Maybe it does go back to just wanting to be dominated, or they like that jerky kind of whatever. How is Ginny Thomas better? All the hearings are going on. Like I said, I saw her like backing up, even though she was like, "Oh, I really want to talk to the committee now." I really saw her like them having to make her testify. If she's going to, I feel like they're going to have to make her like send her a subpoena and say, you need to come in. Before this stuff happened with her, I saw him leaving to take care of his wife. And I thought maybe she'd get sick or something. I didn't really know about her at the time. But I'm wondering if it's just, he may have to leave because of her. Let's check in with her, though. She's definitely lawyered up, that is for sure. And she feels so, they feel so insulated. They just feel they're untouchable. But I feel like she's gotten some good, or I'm hearing like the best legal counsel. At least they think it's the best. But I feel like she's going to do everything she can to not be under oath. Isn't that interesting? To be able to come in and talk, but not be under oath. And she believes this stuff. She believes this stuff. She's weird. hate to just call someone weird, but she's very fixated. Like she has a like she's very fixated on certain ideas or certain things. Like you could show her all of she's got it in her mind that this is one way, and if you showed her all of the proof, she'd just be like, no, that's not right, or that's not what I think, or whatever. She's got it in her head that this is a certain way and it's her way, and she's fixated. That's the only way I can put it. So that's what I have for her. I hope. Yeah, I think that's everything. It is kind of, yeah, it's like a cult mentality. She's comes across to me as very weird. I don't know if she's mentally ill, like has like a mental illness, but she feels like that to me. She kind of feels like something's wrong. Excessive compulsive, yeah, that same type of meg. That's yeah. Will there be more violence from the MAGA crowd, perhaps as a result of the information coming out of the J6 committee? I don't know if you'll see quite like January 6th, but I feel like you might see some I keep hearing intimidation, so you might see some. It more looks to me like just people showing up certain places, and it feels like as people get arrested or as people are indicted, it's kind of like you might see a certain group like show up at City Hall or something and just be like, oh, that's not okay, but not like January 6th, not like that. It doesn't feel like that kind of violence. And threats, a lot of threats, threatening things. So you might see an uptick in that kind of stuff, but it doesn't feel like the same type of thing. It feels more like people just kind of more like rowdy protests, that kind of thing, and like going into government buildings and stuff. That's more what it feels like. So just like rowdy gatherings, I would say, rather than like violent mob. It feels a little more tame than that. So at least that's what I'm seeing right now. So we'll keep an eye on that, but I feel like that's all I'm seeing right now. I think it freaked people out a little bit. 800 people arrested for January 6th. So, and no pardons for anybody. So I think that kind of freaked people out a little bit, just a little bit. Is Trump mentally ill? Yes, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. Is Trump mentally ill? So so they're painting him more like, so I mean, yes and no, right? Um, so they're painting him more like Henry Potter, in It's a Wonderful Life. That kind of, so sick in his mind, sick in his soul. That's what, they said in that movie. And it's, so his greed knows no bounds. He has no empathy, doesn't care about anyone but himself. He doesn't care if people hate him. He wants people to worship him, but he doesn't care if they necessarily like him or not. He has no loyalty to anyone. He has, if anything, he's he has no, there's nothing warm, kind, loving, caring about him. He is devoid of any of that stuff. So mentally ill, emotionally ill, I would say, but that's the way they're painting him. It's like Henry Potter. Extraordinarily greedy. Any means to an end. It doesn't matter how to get there, just get me there. And he's dangerous is what he is. He's the type of person who should be in jail. He really should be, because he really just wants to get what he wants by any means necessary. He's corrupt. He's just a corrupt individual, full on narcissist. Yes. So in that way, yeah, he's a narcissist. He's cruel. He has no empathy, reckless. Yes, all of the bad things. That's what he is. So think of all the bad things and roll them up into one individual, and that's Trump. But he's sick in his mind, sick in his soul. That's what he is. Yeah. DOJ is looking at whether Sidney Powell funded defense of several Oath Keepers. What do you see? So I didn't expect to see this. Actually, I was thinking, oh, that couldn't be, but I think she actually did. But I'm seeing stuff like bail and stuff like that. Thank you, Lily Rose. Like helping them stay out of prison. So I don't know about legal. Maybe that's what this is, but it feels more like keeping him out of jail. But I guess legal funds would do that. It almost feels more like bail. And it's weird because I don't feel like she has money to throw around. I don't feel like, I mean, I feel like she has her own stuff to worry about. So I don't feel like she has just tons of money to throw around. I don't feel like that. So I don't know what this is about. But to me, it feels more like bail. I guess it could be legal, but I didn't expect to actually see anything, but I am feeling like that. So yeah, there's something, and kind of feels like bail money or retainers or something. So maybe something like that. But it doesn't feel like it's ongoing. It feels like just paying this. So, oh, she has millions from legal defense fund. Oh, how interesting. Okay. Well, she may need millions from a legal defense fund, because it just doesn't feel like she has like everything to throw around. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So maybe I'll do like a more complete look at that, because that's, yeah, kind of seems a little more complicated than what I'm able to look at right now. But that's very interesting. Good question. thanks, guys, for hanging out tonight. I was so curious to come on and talk because it was quite a lot of revelations this week. Really interesting. Okay. Will there be blowback on the Supreme Court majority for overturning the NY handgun law, which will basically affect every state? Supreme Court majority handgun law. Life is a mindset, Lorraine. Thank you. So as much as there can be, it feels like more like it might be like used for campaigning or something that because it's not good, that is for sure, but it doesn't, you know how people are about connecting the dots. They're so it's so frustrating. I also feel like there might be I feel like there might be another, New York might do something else. I feel like they might do something else that tries to mitigate the damage or something, but I feel like it's used to campaign on. So in that way, I feel like there will be blowback. Thank you, Sue F. That will hurt like Republicans in at least in that state. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Not much on that for some reason. It just doesn't feel like, you know how it is with the Supreme Court. A lot of people don't get how important what they say is, but I'm not getting that it's going to be a huge blowback on the Supreme Court. What will happen to the border wall that was built? Will it ever be taken down? Yeah, it will. In time, it will. It feels like things will be modernized. It just won't be necessary. There won't be a need for a physical wall. There isn't really now. I mean, we could do these things differently, but it does feel like it's modernized. Things are modernized, and it's not necessary. So eventually, yeah, it will. Will Julian Assange win his fight against extradition, or will he end up in a U.S. jail? I don't really see him in the U.S. for some reason. I think he may stay put. I don't see him in the U.S. It still feels a little up in the air, though, right now, or something. What is it? Last attempt, so maybe there'll be appeals or something like that, but it feels like he may stay where he is. That's what I'm getting. At least for now. It feels like he's going to stay where he is. Social Security still exists in 20 years. 20 years. I feel like even my guys are like 20 years. But it feels like in some form. It does feel like it's going to change forms. In some form, though, there's going to be that that safety net there. It's just too dependent on now by everybody, by everybody. So I would say I'm feeling like in some form it will exist in 20 years. There's going to be that kind of safety net. So, yeah. Will Beto O'Rourke beat Abbott to live in the Texas governor's mansion in November? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. This, I'm feeling like, so this is what I feel like. I feel like if they're able to keep an eye on and call out the corruption, like the cheating and stuff that's going to happen there, I think he'll get in. I feel like they've got to stay on top of it, though, and they've got to have, I don't know if you remember, you probably do, in 2008, Obama, they had set up like lawyers at every single almost every single Democratic precinct, so that if you were denied a vote, lawyers would be there to answer your questions. There was a number you could call. Do you guys remember that? But it was a thing they did because they were so sure there'd be a lot of cheating, because there were a lot of people that didn't want to see Barack Obama in office. And or maybe it was 2012. I'm not sure, but there was they put in. Oh, thank you, Janice Conant. Yeah, so it seems like if they can do something like that, like be in front of it in some way, I feel like he can do it, because I feel like he will get more votes. He will have the majority of support. It's just a matter of them being able to show we have the majority and we're taking office, because it feels like there's going to be an awful lot of corruption and stuff, for entertainment purposes only. It's just what I'm seeing. But it does seem like there's going to be an awful lot of corruption, and I feel like there's people in place to do it. So if they can get out in front of it like that and kind of have things in place to fight it as it comes up, I think he can do it. I really, really do. And I feel like he's got help on the other side. I feel like he's one of those people who's like supposed to be in a position of power to help people. So he won't give up. I feel like he'll get in and he'll do some good work at some point. He's got a angel on his shoulder. He's kind of one of those people that I just feel like he's going to do. It's kind of like Stacey Abrams. There's people like that I just think they'll always stay involved and they're going to help. They're going to, however they can help, they're just going to stay in the game and help. So, but I do think that he can do it. I really, really do. He's going to have the majority. It's just a matter of showing that he has majority, right? Will Eric Gritons, be held accountable for threatening rhinos in his ad. Oh, that guy. At the same time, Adam Kinzinger revealed family death threat. I know, God, it's just, they're so, the violence. It just shows how depraved and how yucky, Okay. So, threatening rhinos. Well, I don't think he's going to win his race. So that's one way he's going to be held accountable. I think it's just going to be kind of just, he'll be a little marginalized because people are kind of disgusted. He didn't help himself for sure. He just didn't. So I don't know if I don't think like legally accountable, I don't think, but I do feel like it hurt him. It did not help him. And I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to win. So it hurt him. So yes, I guess in a way he'll be held accountable. It's just not in the exact way he should be, but that, yeah. Will Ron Johnson be reelected in Wisconsin in November? He may be under indictment in November. I'm feeling like, I mean, of course, they put people in anyway if they're being indicted. So, but I feel like he may be having some legal stuff in November. It's kind of weird. I kind of feel like he might be out, but I don't know if it's because he has to like leave or because I feel like he's like preoccupied, like he can't do it. Interesting. I don't know if he's going to be back in. I feel like he's going to be preoccupied with something. So I'm just going to say that. I feel like he's going to be preoccupied. I don't know if he can be in. Because it doesn't feel like quite like he loses. It just feels like he's preoccupied. That's what it feels like. So I have to just go with what I get. Yeah, so it just feels like he's preoccupied. He can't do it. So, but it doesn't feel like a loss. It feels different. So will Chris Wray leave his post as director of the FBI anytime soon? It doesn't feel like before the midterms. So if he left, it would be after. Let me just see what I get for. So right now, I feel like he might be leaving in 2023, at some point in 2023. Because it feels like next year, but I do think he leaves, but I can't figure out why he leaves. He just may be replaced. I'm going to say 2023 he leaves or steps down or something, but it feels like 2023. It doesn't feel like before the midterms. Last question. Oh no. Favorite subject. George Conway. No. Will most of humanity have direct contact with extraterrestrials by 2026? Okay. No, not by 2026. And it's interesting because I feel like there is, like, how do I say this? I feel like there will be like contact, or is contact, but it's like it's kind of like how I connect with like spirit. It's kind of like that. It's through the, like, it's telepathically. It's not really like through electronics or through like it's different. It's not. I'm getting like they're not who we think they are. Or they're not who humanity. It's not. They're not who humanity think they are. And it's nothing negative. It's not negative. It's positive. Getting something with infrared. And something with temperatures. So I feel like there's going to be some discoveries about temperature, about with infrared and temperatures. What is this? I don't know about this stuff, you guys. So I'm just saying exactly what I'm getting because I have no idea. But it's almost like discoveries of, as far as like stuff we're going to actually see and get, it feels like temperatures, or I don't know what I'm seeing. Surfaces, temperatures, something with infrared. But as far as extraterrestrials, I feel like there's some contact now, but it's not how we think, or it's not the way we think. It's done differently. It's not through like electronics and stuff. It's not going to be done that way. It will be done more they're able to integrate way better than we think. I don't scare anybody. It's not like that. It sounds like scary, but it's like they're able to communicate and integrate into our psyche or whatever better than we think, or more easily than we think. Does that make sense? Energetic messaging, maybe something like that. Yeah, I don't fully understand it. That's what I got. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Somebody. Okay, so, all right, everybody, I'm going to name check you. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. This was fun. What a crazy, yeah, I love those questions. Thanks, Adam. Thank you, Adam, for your help. Thank you, everybody else who monitored or greeted, and thank you so much. I just kind of made people monitors who wanted to do it, and I just assumed they're out there doing their thing. So thank you so much. All right, so we go ahead and start name checking everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, hanging out. This was super fun. And I mean, crazy. I couldn't believe when they named those senators. I'm like, what in the world? Haha. Woodburn. Okay, Sue Woods, Cheryl McLemore, Jackie Gannon, thank you. Mother of Three, gotcha. Adam, thanks. Ian McGrath, thank you. Jess R. Michelle Peterson, Patricia Franzino, Human Potential, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Sandra from Connecticut, Rob, hi Rob, thank you. Rob Falciano. Check out Rob's channel. Vivian, thank you. Jana, Teresa Gillett, Desrat, Connie B. Thanks. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. We'll have our regular next week. Okay. Lily Rose, Chili Dog, Ian McGrath. Did I say that one? Karen Conroy, Kim Seven, Cher Bear, Lynn LeGlaire, Neptune's Other Daughter, Spirit Rock. Okay, now I can go down here. Rob D. Azalea, Jan Burke, EQUUS3333. Thank you. Oren Menzigursky, is that right? Okay. Alexis F. Constance Campbell, Sue F. Prince Charming's mom, Melissa Thompson, Bonds, Joni S. Irene Astorga. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Delilah Gillis, Vivian, Karen W. Where am I? I lost my place. Okay, Brenda Whelan, Tony Stokes. What is it? Okay. Oh, Lisa Pichelle. Brenda Wheeler, Celtic Crone, Kim Seven, Roxanne M. Thanks, Roxanne. Desrat, Azalea, Arlene Forney, Pam Forrest, Cass Cauldron, Cynthia Sunshine, Veronica Gonzalez, Alice L., Irene Astorga, Linda Sherrill, thank you so much. Freda Stinger, Ian McGrath, thank you. Sparky, hi Sparky. Let's see. Mary Weatherhead, Carmack, Joni S., Colette Shea, Karina Caron, Anita Pace, Carol Gallagher, hello. Stephanie Craig, RN Swan, Jane Finley English, Carol Lamb, Kelly Scarborough, thank you, Kelly, Allison L. And join our club. If you guys haven't joined the club, join the club. We're going to have Linda on next week, so join the club. Just hit the join button and you can join. Dr. Nancy Living Co-Creatively, UB Jr., Melissa Thompson, Samelia Benkel, Linda Sherrill, Kim Seven, I think I got you. Astrunner, yeah. JK, Kat M, Bonds, Karen W, Pat Gideon, Melissa Thompson, Butterfly Kisses Healing. Is that it? Is that everybody? All right. Well, you guys take care. You matter to me. Thank you. And we'll see you. Share Bear, you're a new member. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to have fun next week. We're going to have Linda on with us talking about our book. So it should be really fun. We read A New Earth and she loves that book. So she's going to come on and talk about it. Tracy Ralph, Desrat, JC Rains, Pat Gideon, Steph S. Yes. Welcome to the club. Kate Garcia. gonna sit here all night. Dr. Nancy Living Co-Creatively, Kate Garcia, Anita Pace. Oh, you had to subscribe again? Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing the I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I have, that's the only thing about the club is that I can only send you the information. I can't do anything for you. That's just how YouTube is. So, but you can like write me if you have problems or anything, and I can try to get you the information. So, all right, everybody. Thank you again. And I will see you guys next week, next Thursday. We will. Oh, you got shouted out 3 times. Oh, good. Good, good, good. 3 times a charm. All right, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.